Question B7. Use the grid to draw a new rectangle with dimensions half the size of the pink rectangle. Now, what you've got to be very careful of here is that you don't just half that pink rectangle area-wise. You don't just split it in half like that and say, well, split it in half, there's my answer. That would actually be wrong. Even if you split it in half the other way and say, oh, split it in half, I'll draw another one of them that size, that would also be wrong. Because the key word here is half the dimensions. And the dimensions are basically the length times the width. They are the dimensions, whatever the length is, whatever the width is. Now, in the original rectangle, the length is 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the width is 2 squares. 1, 2. So it's basically an 8 by 2. Now, you need to half both of those dimensions. So if you half the 8, you get 4. And if you half the 2, you get 1. So what we're actually looking for is drawing a 4 by 1 rectangle. Now, it doesn't matter where you draw it. It's just got to be a 4 by 1. So I'm just going to draw it here. There we go. 4 by 1. And then I'll just shade it in. So there is my 4 by 1 rectangle. There we go. So as long as you draw a 4 by 1 rectangle, you've answered the question correctly.